Rolling with the triple C, I'ma make him bend the knee. Rolling with the triple C, don't really count the heat.
But notice what she's doing here. Right now, she's attacking. She's already attacked the body 2 times. Look, 1, and then this one comes in a little harder, the second one. Boom. To eventually get her to start thinking of her midsection. Boom, and then, the rest is what, and that's all she wrote. I mean, but think about it, and you can see a little bit that Jessica kind of drops her hands as that kick came in. She had already set it up where she did this. Look, watch your hands. Boom.
A king will only allow certain vehicles in their kingdom. A vehicle with style, strength, power, and most importantly, attitude.
The king of cringe here, the Olympic champ, the flyweight champ, and the bantamweight champion of the world. And there's only one brand that's fitted for the king, LiftedTrucks.com. Everyone else can bend the knee.
Find your ride now at LiftedTrucks.com.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Fight Feedback. I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C. In this episode, we're gonna be dissecting the one and only Valentina Shevchenko. Guys, this is brought to you by, sponsored by, the one and only Lifted Trucks. Guys, as a short king, I love being lifted. And it's the same reason why I choose Lifted Trucks, and so should you. So you guys make sure to go to LiftedTrucks.com to get your custom truck. Valentina Shevchenko perhaps could go down as the greatest women's flyweight of all time with 5 title defenses in her books. Anyhow, guys, I'm gonna dissect her today on her techniques, her tactics, and what is it that makes Valentina Shevchenko extremely dangerous. Anyhow, enough talk. Let's take it to the big screen. So here we have it. Jessica I, who at this time was the #1 contender, versus right here, Valentina Shevchenko. Similar in age, weight, pretty much all that. These girls are almost identical to a lot of this stuff. But one thing that they're not is on the technical work. This person right here, Valentina Shevchenko, is a savage. I remember being on this card. It was the fight right after I was getting ready to main event it with Marlon Moraes, Chicago. Yeah, see, but look at that. Look at how she stays composed this whole time. She knows something's coming. And look, she stayed, she just moved a little bit with her body, but she stayed and attacked for that body lock. This is one of her signature body locks that Valentina Shevchenko does very, very well. She can do it off the cage as well. You guys watch, boom. Very subtle, it comes up high with her lock. And then she's looking to off balance you and then to eventually tip you over, boom. But notice how she used her knee with the upper body was allowing her to get the actual trick. Can we go back real quick? Watch, I want you guys to look at this right here. So she's got the high lock and boom, right with the knee. But this is what actually did it right here. Nice, lock is nice and high. Yo, starts to position her knee and then boom. As she lifts that knee, she knew that she was off balance, so she went ahead and took Jessica I. But notice what she's doing here. Right now, she's attacking. She's already attacked the body 2 times. Look, 1, and then this one comes in a little harder, the second one. Boom. To eventually get her to start thinking of her midsection. Boom, and then the rest is what, and that's all she wrote. I mean, but think about it, and you can see a little bit that Jessica kind of drops her hands as that kick came in. She had already set it up where she did this. Look, watch your hands. Boom, right on top of the head. Notice, but she had already set up to the body to eventually bring it up top.
You know, like you can mix it in different ways. The fight game. You can mix the fight game as in being like Demetrius Johnson, where you're constantly mixing things, or you could be like a Valentina Shevchenko, where you're gonna pull the rabbit out the hat when you least expect it. And I think that's another reason what makes Valentina extremely special, is that she knows when to pull the tools out. The Venezuelan vixen, Julianna Pena, versus Valentina Shevchenko. I had no idea she was actually younger at that time. Similar in everything pretty much, but this, Julianna Pena's got a reach on her. Man, she's got some shoulders. Let's hit the play button. Yup. Again, yup. Notice how she stays really high. She's very smooth and composed. And look at how she gets the takedown this time. Her back is against the cage. But as soon as she threw that knee, she catches people off balance. Like, she knows when you're on one leg. She did the same thing right here. Yup. And then she's gonna pull and kick with that leg. Boom. Real technical, very, very nice, off balance. You can learn some things from this. I'm taking notes too. Her clinch game is really good. But boom. But one area where she could be a little suspect too is on the wrestling. And we saw that with Santos, and we saw that in the fight with Julianna Pena. And I want to say too with Amanda Nunes too, I believe Amanda got more of the takedowns to be able to edge out the win. But again, Valentina Shevchenko, she's on her back, ladies and gentlemen. She's on her back, and boom, she is looking. She looked for that arm bar, and to eventually get the tap. And guys, this girl could fight off of bottom. Like, that makes her extremely dangerous. She's overextended. She's not. You could have been crowding her a little bit more, but once she invested in that arm bar. You know, she went for broke. And I think sometimes you can tell. I mean, look at the. I mean, obviously look at her, look at her butt. You can tell she's squeezing. Look at her legs. Look at how she's crossed here. Like, this girl ain't getting out. Oh, almost hyperextending that elbow. Yep. And here we have it. You know, a taller fighter, 5'9". I want to say Alexa Grasso is 5'5" too, so they would be very similar in all this stuff right here. I want to say, I forget how old Alexa is, but I've had an opportunity to train with both of them. They both came out to fight ready at the gym, so, you know, two outstanding women who are about to throw down. Let's hit the play button. Yeah. And again, the reason why I like Valentina, because you don't know what fighter's gonna come out. You don't know what fighter's gonna come out until it actually comes out. You see what I'm saying? Like Valentina, like just looking for takedowns, waiting for you to crowd in to eventually take you down. Just nasty, you know, just nasty top control. Boom, slamming in those elbows. It's rare to see women throw really nice elbows, especially off the top. I feel like you see more punches or more submissions, but when you start getting, you know, already cut. Yep, going to the body again. Notice how she goes to the body, hits, and then this second time around, watch, bah! Now she does it. Now she does a spinning back kick, and I'm surprised that kick didn't knock her out, because bah, caught her right on the chin. Like, what she does a really good job of, is sequencing. Bah, sequencing things that look alike, that at the very end they become different, and that's what makes Valentina Shevchenko dangerous. And I always look, you know, with her, it wasn't so much defensive. She constantly looked for takedowns, either catching kicks and then going into body locks. You know, she pulled the exact same thing on, catches it. She'll challenge positions and then kind of let her back up, but boom, goes to her bread and butter. Chest lock, bear hug, bah, and then goes down and commits. And this is one area where people need to watch out for her, because this is one of her most dominant areas is her top control. She's had a good, look, as soon as she opened up there, or she was able to open her up with her own knee. And guys, if you've ever been caught in a crucifix like this is really, really hard to get a hold of, or get out of, I'm sorry. Uses the knee, traps it, you know. She's just nice and tight where she could still move, but there's nothing she could do right now. She's just pounding away. Controlling, like look at where all her upper body is. Her upper body is literally on top of, like, above the chest. Because when you're able to control that piece, like, she's not on bottom. If she was over here, this girl would probably bridge out. But the fact that she stayed close to the chin is what makes it extremely hard for somebody to get out. Yeah, Valentina's a special one. She's a special one. She's a special human, special fighter. Yep, and here we have it. The fight that a lot of people thought she lost, you know, with Taila Santos, obviously the younger fighter. She's 34 now. I think we're probably about the same age. You know, just an inch taller, 5'6". You know, 2.5 inch reach advantage for Taila Santos. But this, as of now, has been Valentina's toughest test. Let's hit the play button. Yeah, goes back to her bread and butter, the chest lock. And this girl was fighting her. It's almost like when you get a strong body that's strong in those positions, you know, Taila looked really, really good in this match. I personally thought she won this fight, but it's not up to me, it's up to these judges. Yeah, gets the takedown, really made it really, but what was the difference with Taila Santos? Her strength and her base. And the fact that she probably studied the clinch game and make sure not to lift things, because this is where Valentina was launching her. Yeah, once she put the legs in, she was looking for something. Now she's got her against the cage now. Yup. Kind of giving her a taste of her own medicine. Like, this is where she's good. Finds that leg. And pretty much just, I think what made Taila extremely difficult for Valentina is the fact that she's a strong girl. She's a strong girl. And she committed when she ended up going. Yeah, I love the diversity of different takedowns that Valentina could do. Yeah, up to a, oof. She almost landed in a damn arm bar, now triangle. I mean, it's a beautiful takedown, beautiful headlock. A little dangerous in MMA, it is, because people will take your back. You see what I'm saying? She could have, like, if you're gonna do a headlock in MMA, you have to, like, kind of like sag it, but almost do it like dead weight. You don't want to hit somebody too much, because if you hit somebody a little too much, they can roll you over. There's rules that you got to change in wrestling to eventually try to get top control. Transition, I thought she was gonna go for anyways, ended up in guard. Again, same technique, caught her in the same takedown again. If Alexa Grasso was watching this, look, once you start getting her off balance, she just, boop, tripped her. She was hitting Valentina with the things that Valentina was doing to other people. Kudos, man. Respect, because she knows, man. She knows it works. It's the same reason why Valentina does it. And then this is round 3. I personally, I think I had, ooh, but notice that. Again, notice the sequence. Goes to the body. Oh, maybe not. Maybe that was illegal. And then boom, and then transitions it to the head. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm telling you guys about her sequencing things in. Things that look alike, where she's able to change it at the very end. And then again, the championship experience. When Valentina needs a takedown, she's gonna go out there, she's gonna find it. You see what I'm saying? Valentina does a really good job of her composure. Once she crossed that distance, once she got into that fight zone, she went straight in for the takedown. You know, I'm just not too sure. That fight right there was a very, very close fight. I think I may have to break that fight down in the future to see who really won. And now I would like to grade Valentina Shevchenko, what I call the 3 T's: the techniques, the tactics, and the threshold. Let's go. So the techniques, the tactics, and the threshold. I would like to start off with Valentina Shevchenko with her greatest gift. Let's see if you guys can guess it. You guys got 5 seconds. Think about it. Techniques, tactics, threshold. Time. Her greatest gift is her tactics. Valentina Shevchenko's tactics are second to the only one right here, Triple C. This girl, her tactical game, like you don't know who's coming out. You don't know who's gonna come out and who you're actually gonna fight. Whether she's gonna wrestle you, whether she's gonna strike you, or whether she's gonna submit you while she's on bottom. This is what makes Valentina Shevchenko extremely, extremely great because of her gamer and her tactical sense on when is it that she needs to pull the trigger. This right here, for that reason, I'm gonna have to give Valentina Shevchenko a number 10. You know, she definitely earns it because she has the ability of maybe fighting you with the Conan sword, or you don't know she's gonna come out with those 2 little knives and just shank you in every part of your body. She has that ability. Her tactical game is something to study. Her threshold, number 2. Her threshold of having the ability to go 5 rounds and still looking good. Her threshold of really amping it up and stealing that 5th round from Taila Santos. I mean, her threshold is amazing. I think she has that cardio. Like I personally know Valentina. She eats, sleeps, and train. You know, she reminds me of a lot of Khabib and Islam and all those guys, where they just, you know, their whole journey is based on just fighting and being the absolute best in the world. So for her threshold, it's hard for me to give her a 10, but I will give her a 9. You know, a 10 is somebody like Demetrius Johnson. A 10 is somebody that is just like, man, get him off me, get him off me. And not least, her technique. I think as technical as she is, she does have some deficiencies, and it's gonna be her biggest deficiencies, Valentina, is her takedown defense. Sometimes she could easily be taken down. And I think that's one area where I feel if anybody's gonna beat Valentina Shevchenko, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be in the wrestling portion. This is why a matchup like Tatiana Suarez or anybody along those lines would be a tough matchup, because when these guys just have that one solid base that could overwhelm all of these, man, then you're in trouble. So if there's one area where I feel like she could really focus on, it's gonna have to be her technique. So I just can't quite give her, I can't give her a 10, nor can I give her a 9, but I could give her an 8. Yep. So there you have it. So this is gonna be, what is it, 27 out of 30? 27 out of 30. I wanna say that's an A-. Yeah, that's an A- for Valentina Shevchenko. And you guys know, guys, that I'm a critic when it comes to a lot of this stuff. Like, I don't like to give out, you know, high scores, but what she's been able to do, and it's super impressive. You know, I think there's still a lot of room for a person like Valentina Shevchenko to get better. And I think for that reason, you know, she's got a fight with Alexa Grasso this weekend, and this is why I wanted to break her down, because, you know, Alexa Grasso does have the power, does have the threshold, you know, does have, I don't know so much about the tactics, but does have certain strengths that could give Valentina Shevchenko problem. So that is my score for Valentina Shevchenko, a 27 out of 30, which makes it an A-. Guys, this wouldn't be possible without our sponsors, Lifted Trucks. Make sure to get your custom truck at liftedtrucks.com. Make sure to tell them that Triple C sent you. Triple C is out!
So thank you guys again for watching. It means a lot to me. So you guys remember, there's more breakdowns, there's more technique, there's more tactics, and there's definitely more cringe. So make sure to subscribe and click on that button. I'm out!